The Bank of England, in England's central bank, has raised interest rates by 0.5%. It's also known as 50 basis points. It is biggest hike in 25 years. The governor of Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, he said the bank is committed to reducing UK's inflation rate to 2%. The old lady, as it's known in the City of London, is expected to carry out a second hike of 25 basis points or 0.25% in September. Blaming rising energy prices among other factors, the governor also warned of a looming recession. Let's listen what he had to say on this.
Now, this rise in energy prices has exacerbated the fall in real incomes and so led to another significant deterioration in the outlook for activity in the UK and in the rest of Europe. GDP growth in the UK has slowed and the economy is now forecast to enter recession later this year.
Meanwhile, experts are forecasting that UK's annual inflation rate could rise to 15% by start of next year. UK's inflation has hit a new 40-year high of 9.4% in June. This as food and energy prices continued to surge in the country. The Federal Reserve in US, its central bank, and European Central Bank in Frankfurt, they have both raised interest rates in recent week. They're trying to contain rising inflation. And our London correspondent Chris Jones earlier sent us this report highlighting significance of this rate hike. Listen in.
It's not just the 25-year record that we're seeing. It's also the sixth time in a row that the Bank of England has raised interest rates. And that really, as we say, has been brought about by inflation, which has been rising pretty rapidly across the past few years and months. And that's been brought about by a couple of things, really. And that is the war in Ukraine and the byproduct of the war in Ukraine. So rising energy prices across Europe, not just in the UK, but across Europe as well. And also the UK is still very much economically hungover from the coronavirus pandemic, which closed countless businesses across the UK, and much of the UK is really still recovering from the impacts of that. And in real terms, that has had a big impact on inflation. And for real people, that means that the cost of living has got a lot more expensive. If we look at household bills, for example, in October 2021, they were at around £1.4 thousand a year. Now, experts estimate that by the start of next year, they could be around £3.6 thousand a year. That's triple what they were in October 2021, and really signifies the hardship that a lot of people are facing across the UK economically right now. And if a recession comes about, well, things might only get worse. And this, of course, economic policy is going to be a huge topic for debate for Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss, both who are the Conservative leadership candidates, and will be one of them will be elected in September. And later on this evening, we'll have a debate on Sky between the two, where they will both very much focus on economic policy and how they plan to drive the UK forward and lead them out of this rising inflation, and to hopefully stop a recession from getting too bad at all.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app and get all the news on the move.